Hey guys, it's Laura. So I just thought I'd get on here today and do a video for you all on contouring and highlighting. This is how I personally do my cream and set it with my powder, contour and highlighting. So if you're not into the whole cream contouring thing, which I know it's not for everyone, it's kind of just like an extra step, or I usually save it for those special occasions where I really just want to look really carved and my 100% best. If you're not into that though, you can fast forward, and when I get to the highlighting part and then I'll get to the bronzing up my face with actual bronzer, a powder bronzer, that's the exact same thing that I would do. However, I would just skip the cream contour. So if that's your case, then just fast forward and just continue to watch. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Enjoy. Okay. First, I'm going to clip my hair back, obviously, so I can get to my face. I have got a bunch of different products I'm going to be using today, but most of them are drugstore, even the brushes and the sponge. So first, what you want to do is find a cream contouring palette that you like. I am a fan of the NYX. This is in the color light. The brown that's in it that I use for my contour is like a gray instead of a warm tone contouring color. And I feel like if I use too warm of a color, it can just look orange on me versus an actual natural shadow. And that's the whole point of contouring, is because you want to make it give the illusion of shadows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color right here, this middle brown contour, and I'm sorry I keep looking over to the side, but my mirror's right here. You want to start from the top of your ear to the angle of the corner of your mouth. You don't want to bring it in all the way to your mouth because that'll make you look really sunken in and skeleton-like. So for instance, let me just show you what I'm talking about. And that's as far as I usually bring it in. You actually don't even have to go in that far, but I have a fuller face, and I feel like if I don't bring it in a little bit further, then you don't even realize that I've contoured from the head on, because my face is just so full. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I apologize for my background. This is one of my very first YouTube videos. I wanted to do something that I thought everyone could benefit from, and it seems like contouring and highlighting is just one of those things that you need to know. So you notice that I also put it around my forehead. I have a pretty medium-sized forehead, I guess you could say, average-sized. For those of you who have a larger forehead, you want to bring your contour in lower to give the illusion of a smaller forehead. For those of you who have a smaller forehead, then just do it right there at the hairline and don't bring it in down hardly at all. And that'll give you the illusion of having a larger forehead. This is the part where some of you probably would want to get a brush for, just to kind of make it a little bit easier. For me, when I'm contouring my nose with a cream, I just go ahead and use my finger because I'm going to blend it out with my finger anyway. I feel like if I blend it out with my blender sponge, I want to call it a beauty blender, but technically it's not. I use the Real Techniques brand. But I feel like if I blend it in with that, then it kind of disappears on me. Now, depending on what type of nose you have, depends on how you're going to want to contour it. I kind of have a wider nose a little bit, kind of sink it in a little bit, or give the illusion that it's sunken in just a little bit more than what it is. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge, and I like to use just the side of it for this, and then you just pounce until you feel like you've got it blended in all the way. Whenever you do your foundation, you do it all over. This, obviously, you want to just keep in that one general area so it doesn't look muddy and it doesn't look like you've contoured the whole side of your face. You just don't want to lose that definition. Okay, now for my nose, I am going to take my sponge and just blend it in a tiny bit more. But like I said, sometimes when I do this, I feel like I lose the whole contouring effect. So I just like to really keep it right there where I put my contour. I do that by pinching the end of this sponge and just kind of going along the lines here. Okay. For those of you who have smaller lips, I do not. Naturally, I don't. But if you do, you can take this same contour color and do underneath this bottom lip a little bit, and that will give you the illusion of a fuller lip. You can somewhat do it on the top lip, but just be careful because obviously that can turn into what looks like a mustache and we don't want that. What I want to use now is my Tarte Tape Shape Concealer. Who does not use this? I mean, really. I use the color Fair Beige. A little goes a long way. This is a very creamy concealer, but it does not crease up. I'm just going to barely... And you can just put it right where I am, or if you don't want certain parts of your face highlighted, then don't put it where I am. My biggest part that I always want to be highlighted is my under eye. Taking that same sponge, and I forgot to mention earlier, at least I think I forgot to mention earlier, that I do have this dampened. Sorry for all the faces I'm making. I do my chin just to kind of even out the whole highlighting. You don't just want really bright under eyes and then everything else to be dull or bronzed. And I bring that out all the way to my hairline pretty much. The same reason I highlight my forehead is for the same reason I did my chin. You just want to even out the contour and highlighting. Okay, so there's that. It looks very airbrushed. And you can do this with a brush. You do not have to use a sponge. But I just feel like it's quicker, it's easier, it really pushes it into my skin. And my skin is so dry that using a damp beauty blender kind of helps with that, I feel. Like it makes it like a dewy effect. I feel like I put a hair on my face. Okay, so now we're going to set everything that we just did. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you don't want to cream contour and highlight, you can just do powders. Even when I just do powder, I still do the concealer and stuff underneath my eyes. We're going to do highlight colors where we've cream highlighted, and then we're going to use a bronzer color where we have contoured. You can also, to make your contour a little bit sharper, you can highlight right down here. I have been using my Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. I have hit pan on that, obviously. I still go in. You can do this with a brush, but for like setting my under eyes and stuff, I still use my damp blender. I want to say beauty blender, but like I said, it's not a beauty Now, this whole time I have only used one sponge, okay? This is just a fluffy, you can use any fluffy brush. I'm a big fan of the E.L.F brushes, but this is a IT brush, and it just says it's for powder. I do this to kind of clean up any excess translucent powder that was on my face. I like it because it's fluffy and not too dense, so it's not going to like wipe away anything that I've done. It's just going to lightly brush away any excess powder that I have flying around on my face. Then I'm going to go in with the butter bronzer. Who else does not use this? I mean, it's just one of those things that everybody has raved about. The scent is great. I have also hit pan on this. And I'm going to go in with the E.L.F brush. It does not tell me on the handle what it is. I think it is actually a bronzing brush. It's either that or a blush brush is what they call it. But it's got a soft angle to it. It's very soft. So we're just doing this to kind of set our contour, because throughout the day you don't want it to go anywhere. And you just follow that same line that you did earlier. The biggest no-no in nose contouring is leaving lines. I go back with this brush and I just really buff it out. You can also put some contour color right here with your cream contour. Just do a thin line. What I usually do is I just take some bronzer and buff it out. I'm going to go ahead, I know this is just contouring and highlighting, but I'm going to go ahead and do blush so I can show you where I do my actual highlight. This is by Essence Silky Touch blush, and it is in 20 Baby Doll. It is a very creamy blush. It's a very natural looking color, and I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush. I love this brush for blush because blush is one of those things that you don't want overly pigmented on your skin, unlike pretty much everything else. And it just kind of gives that soft airbrush look, and you can build it up. Blush is one of those things that's hard to take back once you've gone too far. Now I'm going to go in with the Strobe of Genius palette. It's by NYX, and I honestly love this highlighting palette. It gives me a great effect. I'll show you in just a second. It comes with all of these colors. I usually go in with these two. I usually mix them, or when I'm really light, which today I'll probably just use this color. When I'm really tan and have my spray tan and stuff in the summer, I use this color mixed with this color. You can do different things with it. I even pop this color in my inner corner sometimes. I use the Real Techniques. It's actually a setting brush, which would be great for setting your under eyes. However, I feel like it's just the right density and everything to do my highlight. So I'm going to take this and just hit that upper cheekbone there. I go all the way from this up. I kind of drag mine down a little bit lower than some people. But I just like, you know, when I smile, I like that little pop of something right there. And I always pop some on my nose just to kind of emphasize that slendering effect. And I just think it looks cute. I've got really dry skin right now, so I'm going to go the extra mile and just kind of hit right here. And then I always like to put some like on my, above my eyebrows right here on my temples. Just a very light dusting, nothing like on my cheeks or my nose. Okay. So I'm going to go add a lip, and I'll be right back. And then I think this look will be finished. Okay, you guys, so now I've got my lips on. I'm ready to walk out the door, as you can tell. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me reach my goal and my dreams of being a YouTuber. I can't express to you how much it means to me that you would actually take the time and watch my video and listen to me talk about makeup and act like I know what I'm doing. But thank you guys so much. If you have any comments or suggestions, positive only, please leave it down below and hit the thumbs up, and like I said, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys.